guys, it's Sarah again. Today we're going to go into the hips a little bit more. We're still going to do a whole body kind of movement session, but with a little bit more emphasis on the hips. And what I kind of wanted to bring to your attention today was just thinking about this present moment of something completely new and different that we've never done, we've never been through before, and can we approach it with the mindset of openness instead of kind of limitation of, I don't have this right now, I can't do that. But this is a whole new experience, and what can I do right now? How can I think of this in a more abundant way that helps my central nervous system remain calm, that helps my mindset be at peace, that helps my body feel open, that kind of mentality. I also want to just say and preface that, don't be too concerned on if you're doing something right in these movements. A lot of the movement that I guide you through, I hope that you're feeling your body, or you're kind of intuitively doing this movement. So I always give you cues on aligning your knee over your ankle, something of the sort, but for you to lean into this movement and into this practice as you need to. So maybe you go a little bit more into a pose or less into a pose, depending on your breath. So I always say, like, if you can breathe with steadiness and ease in a posture, then that is your edge. That's kind of the sweet spot that you want to get to. If you're holding your breath and tightening up too much and not able to do the pose, then maybe you need to back off the pose a little bit, those kinds of things. So I'll continue to guide you through that. So what we're going to get started with today is laying on our backs with the soles of the feet together and the knees wide. I'll give you a different option if that doesn't work for you. So we'll get started again by laying on your back. And if you have that blanket that we used in the first practice, just have that by you in case you need it, as we'll take and spend a little bit of time on our knees into like tabletop position and lunges today. So you're gonna come onto your back, and you're actually gonna take your hands towards the back of your skull, okay? Adjust your feet how you need properly first. So if your low back is really sensitive or you have an injury, then taking your feet about as wide as your mat or letting your knees lock in, that might be a little bit better for your body. Just assess how that feels by taking your hands to the back of the skull, elbows out to the side. Or if you want more of a passive stretch, then you're going to take feet together, knees apart. This isn't for everybody, but if you're able to do it and this feels what's best for your body today, again, this is that kind of time to feel what's best for you and take that shape. And then the hands go to the back of the head. So just take a couple moments. I'm going to sit up. You guys lay down as I guide you through this. But just take a few moments to close your eyes and envision your breath kind of in your upper rib cage, or like about 3 inches right above your belly button, right in that space, right? And feel just the softening of your body. So your neck, your jaw, your head, the space between your eyebrows. Taking some deep breaths. So in through your nose and hold at the top for a second. Fill up that space right in the abdomen and the upper rib cage. And then exhale completely out. You're going to do that a few more times. So a deep inhale. Hold at the top of your inhale. And exhale. 2 more. So big breath in. Hold. And exhale. 1 more deep breath in. Hold. And exhale. Okay, so what you're going to do from here is, if the soles of the feet are together, knees wide, you're going to take your hands out from behind the back of the head. Everybody's going to take their feet down to the ground. You're going to wiggle your feet a little bit wider than hips. We're going to do this internal, external rotation movement, but we're going to add on to it a little bit more. And what you're going to do is first just drop your knees to the right. And then you're going to take your right arm out to the side. You're going to take your left arm, reach it in line with your shoulder, and then you're going to roll onto your right side. It's like this. We did this kind of in a sitting position the other day. And you're going to exhale, reach your left arm up, and open. And then you're going to inhale, reach up, lean over, and then exhale. So if that left knee doesn't feel good, set the left foot down to the ground so the knee points up instead. So inhale, reach up, and then you just kind of reach over. And then inhale, come back up, and continue, exhale. and back to center. One more time, inhale, and exhale. Coming all the way back up. Good. Feet are gonna come down to the ground. You're gonna walk your heels a little bit closer to your glutes, snuggle your shoulders underneath your back, lift your hips a little bit to make some space for your lumbar and your lower back. You're gonna take your elbows down. Your palms are gonna spread really wide. They're gonna face one another. You're gonna spread your toes really wide onto your ground and then ground into the center point of your heels. And gaze up towards the sky. Take a breath, pressing into the back of the arms. Curl your hips off the mat. Take a breath, you're light on your toes here, soften the neck. Just gently feel it press into the back of the shoulders, into the back of the head, lift your hips. And exhale, slowly start to release. Arms come down to the ground. Same to the other side, so let the knees drift to the left. And maybe that right knee stays up. Just kind of notice. Again, one side might be a little bit more different from the other. That right arm goes out, you're gonna take an inhale, and you're gonna exhale. 5 times roll onto that left side. So the right arm goes up and over. And then back to center. Exhale, open. Inhale, open. Exhale, lift. A little bit of a twist. And then back down. Pause. Inhale again. Maybe again that right foot is up. Lift up. Over. And then back down. One more. Inhale. And exhale, back down. One more bridge pose, feet come back to hip distance, walk them back to the glutes, elbows down, back of the arms to the ground, spread your palms really wide. Head presses gently to the mat, spread the toes. Inhale, lift your hips. 2 more breaths, lift those hips up a little higher. Slowly, just gently kind of engaging your glute muscles in the lower back. And slowly release. Go ahead, hug yourself into a tight little squeeze, a ball. Maybe draw your chin towards your chest. And we're gonna take a few rocks up from head to tail. So inhale, come up. And then exhale, head comes back, knees back, chin to sternum, let them roll up and back. One more, inhale, up and back. Rolling all the way up. Okay, child's pose. We're gonna do a little bit more active one. We're gonna keep the hips stacked over the knees. So this is kind of one of those poses, if you need to adjust or modify, you can. I'll show you the first round or the first option, and then you can take option 2 if option 1 doesn't work for you. So feet go about hip distance, toes tucked or feet flat. I like toes tucked, it helps kind of me balance in my pelvis and my core a little bit more. So again, hips stay stacked over knees and just walking your hands out in front of you, forehead touches the ground. That doesn't feel good in your body, then just regular child's pose, big toes touch, knees wide, hips to heels. If you can't get the hips to the heels, you can always take your blanket, stack it underneath between your glutes and your knees as much as you need to and stretch your arms forward. So we're gonna take about 5 breaths in either shape. So remember to breathe through the nose and out through the nose. That's really going to help your parasympathetic nervous system. Okay, so that's that calm state that we want to get to. All right, so after holding that for about 5 breaths or so, I'm going to come to the knees. All right, what we're going to do from here is you might just take your blanket off to the side, tuck the toes, feet hip distance, press your hips back towards that downward facing dog shape with knees bent. You kind of sway your hips back from side to side, shake out your head, yes and no. And then exhale, drop back down to your knees. Okay, so from here, I'm gonna face you, and then I'll go to the side to show you what we're gonna do, but essentially you're gonna take your right foot, you're gonna step into the outside of your right palm. So this is what's called like a lizard lunge. You're gonna turn your right toes out about 45 degrees, okay? And since I'm mirroring you, I'll pretend like this is my left side. So the left foot's gonna go first. Toes turn out about 45 degrees. Hands come down to the ground, okay? And then this is where you're gonna want to align that knee over your ankle, just so you have a nice range of motion also through that right hip flexor, and you protect that left knee. Okay, so this is what it looks like if I'm facing you. If I go to the side, right? that left foot to the outside of your left palm. That right knee can stay to 90 degrees, or to get more of that hip flexion, you can take your knee back a little bit. But this is where you want to make sure that you just go to your edge and not too much, not over flexion, right, of that hip flexor. So I'm in my lizard lunge. I'm going to reach through my heart, fingertips down to the ground or the palms towards the ground. We'll lift through my heart. And then exhale, just find that neutral long spine. So I'm going to hug my left inner thigh towards my outer left tricep. You should feel this in your hips. And just one more breath, spread through those left toes a lot. And as I exhale, I'm going to come back towards tabletop, okay? I'm going to take my left leg back behind me. I'm going to reach it back, belly hugs in. I'm going to swing it over to my right side. I'm going to push to my right toes, or excuse me, left toes. Push to my palms, then gaze over my right shoulder. You should feel this in your left oblique, left rib cage, maybe a little bit in that left hamstring, left calf muscle. And then you're going to inhale, take your left leg back. You're going to take that left foot, you're going to step it forward. This is where you might need your blanket. Okay, so we're going to go into a lunge. If you have sensitive knees, find a blanket underneath your right knee. And we're going to come to a 90-degree lunge. So that right knee over that, excuse me, right hip over your right knee, left knee over left ankle. And we're just going to pause, start to draw kind of the front body to the back body. Head, same thing as in that last practice that we did. Head over diaphragm, over pelvis, over hips. Take your breath. Inhale, you're going to reach your arms all the way up towards the sky. And then exhale, hands come back down. Step back, downward facing dog. Down dog doesn't work for you, child's pose. Inhale, come all the way up. Good. Back to tabletop. So if you're in your down dog, come back to your tabletop. And we'll do the other side. So I'm going to face you first. We're pretending this is my right side. My right foot goes to the outside of my right hand. If I was in the tabletop, turn my toes out about 45 degrees, knee over ankle. Hug that right inner thigh towards my right outer tricep. Okay? So this is where you want to be at. And turn to the side so you can see me. That right foot again goes right here. If you need that blanket, use your blanket. Maybe take that left knee back a little bit more if you want more of a hip flexion. But if you have an injury there, then drawing that knee forward is going to be a little bit better for you. So just hug that right inner thigh towards that outer bicep. Reach through your heart. Then exhale. Neutral spine. Your belly hugs back towards your lower spine. Then just breathe. Take one more breath. Inhale, I'm going to take my right leg. I'm going to swing it. I'm going to move on your mat a little bit to the back left corner of my mat or whatever you have at home. Press on my palms and gaze over that left shoulder. So I get that right oblique, right rib cage or intercostal muscles within the rib cage. Maybe a little bit into that left calf muscle or hamstring. So do the right. And then you're going to reach that right leg back. Step that right foot forward. 90-degree lunge. So front right knee over ankle. Left hip over left knee essentially. Hands to thigh. Draw the sternum bone back, the chin back to sternum bone. Sit up really tall. A little bit of balance happening here. Breathe, head over diaphragm, diaphragm over pelvis. This last breath, reach your arms up, inhale. And exhale, hands come down. Taking that right foot back, child's pose or downward facing dog. So just a couple breaths there. Inhale, rise up, tabletop. Okay, so what we're going to do from here is come towards our seat. And we're going to come onto our back and find a reverse pigeon pose. So roll all the way onto your back. And we'll start by taking the right outer thigh to the top of the left quad or top of the left thigh. Okay, so if you guys want more of a passive stretch, what you're going to do is reach your right hand through your legs, reach for that left shin bone, and just lay onto your back. So what happens is a lot is we want to curl up and tense up. But if this is compromising, this shape is compromising you to kind of give into the tension, which is essentially what we want to do, go ahead and set that left foot down and just rest your right hand towards your inner thigh. That might be enough. Flexing through that right foot. But if you can hold this pose and find your breath with a steadiness and ease, it's okay to do. Should be feeling this in like your glutes, glute medius, that hip, all around in that right area. One more breath. And exhale, go ahead, set that left foot down, take your right foot down. A bridge pose again. This time, palms pressed to the ground. Gonna curl your toes, pressing your heels, lifting your hips up. Kind of ground in your heels, engage those glutes a little bit, squeeze towards the midline, but the knees are about hip distance. And exhale, slowly relax and release, and just take a pause on your back. And let your belly and your pelvis and the lower back connect with the ground. Or kind of this grounding force of being present right here in your body. And then we'll do the other side. So one side might be a little bit more open than the other, so that will dictate where you go in the pose. That's your modification. So start by taking left outer ankle to the top of the right thigh, okay? If this feels okay, stay there. If you want to go into that passive stretch where you can be without lifting your head or any additional tension, and then you roll onto your back. For me, it feels better to have my foot down because I do have kind of this lingering hip injury on my left side, so I always like to keep my right foot down, and that just helps me stay balanced and really healthy without straining the muscles. So where you gotta listen to your body. Do what's best for you and do what you can do when you can do it. Couple more breaths. And exhale, slowly release. Another bridge pose. Press your palms down, hips lift. This time, if you want, you can start to interlace your palms underneath your back. Push your hips up towards the sky. Back of the neck is soft. Just gently kind of tap into the back of the head, pressing gently into the mat. Last breath, push into your big toes. And exhale, slowly release. Hug those knees to your chest. Take a gentle rock back from side to side. Okay, we're gonna do one more little hip pose. It's a half happy baby. So we'll start with that right foot down. We're gonna take our left foot, first start to straighten it up to the sky or straighten that left leg. Even if that left leg doesn't go all the way straight, knee could be bent. Right, you're gonna start there, and then you're gonna start to bend the left knee and see if you can get your left hand to the outside of your left foot. Now for this one, if you do need to lift up, just so you can get your hand to your foot, that's okay to do. Otherwise, you're gonna keep the back of the head to the ground and gently, using your left hand to pull your left knee down towards the left side body, okay? So from here, using your hand to the outside of that left foot to draw your knee down essentially towards your armpit, okay? You should feel this a lot in that hip flexor, right? Try to take your deep breaths. Relax your neck. You're not pulling super hard, but just enough where you feel the tension. One more breath. And then gently start to release. Okay, that left leg goes straight again. You're gonna straighten your right leg down so your heel hits the ground. You're gonna hug your left knee in towards your chest. You're gonna take your right hand and let the left knee fall over that right side body. That knee can kind of hover away from the ground, and then stretching your left arm out to the side. And maybe you keep your gaze up to the sky, or maybe you gaze to that left hand. Spinal twist. Inhale, come back to center. Take a full body stretch. Reach your arms above your head. Reach through your fingers and your toes. And then hugging your knees back towards your chest. A little rock back from side to side. Other side. Left foot comes down. Half happy baby pose on that right side. First, I'm going to straighten my right leg. Okay, leg doesn't have to be straight. Remember that. So don't get attached to having to overstretch the hamstring. It just is what it is. So we work with it. Maybe you start to lift your head as you bend your right knee. Take your right hand to the outside of your right foot. Gently relax your head towards the back of the ground. And if this is too much tension, keep lifted with your head. Try to relax your jaw, then gently pull your hand to the outer foot to draw your right knee down towards your right side body. Just towards it. Doesn't have to get all the way there. One side might feel a little bit more easier than the other. That's totally natural. You get that hip flexor, a little bit of the hamstring. Take deep breaths. Feel that right femur bone just get heavy into the right hip socket. And then slowly release, start to straighten that leg again. You're gonna hug the right knee and straighten your left leg, left hand to the outside of your right knee. Let that right knee fall to the left side, right arm goes out. Gaze towards the right or up towards the sky. Spinal twist. Slowly coming back to center, full body stretch, reach your arms above your head. And exhale. This time where you're going to set your feet down, you're going to roll towards the right side of your body. You're going to come all the way to your belly, and we're going to set up for what's called Sphinx pose. You're going to line your shoulder over your elbows, or both your shoulder heads over your elbows. Your forearms are about shoulder width apart. You're going to relax your glutes, relax your lower back. You're going to drive your elbows back towards your rib cage and gently spread through your palms. So your palms just slide on your mat and reach to your heart. You should feel this kind of nice opening stretch through the abdomen, but also into the shoulders. And try to keep your head in line with your spine as you relax your glutes. So the upper body's doing most of the work. We'll stay here for about 30 more seconds. Try to relax. If you have pain, come down and let the forehead or the side of the head rest towards the hands. Or take the palms together, interlace your palms, elbows down. That is also a modification. But if you can hold this stretch for 30 seconds without pain, right? We never want pain in this practice. We just want that sweet kind of tension spot. And we feel like we can breathe and stick with it and breathe through it and find a really, really nice opening in the body, the connective tissues and the muscles, all of that. Last breath. And exhale, release. Okay, we're gonna come up towards the tabletop. Walk back towards that tabletop position. One more time, child's pose, big toes touch knees, wide stretch the arms. Forward. Inhale all the way up. Finding your way onto your back again, hugging your knees towards your chest one more time. You're gonna stay on your back. I'm gonna sit up and guide you through this. So we'll go in towards this final resting position, final resting kind of guided meditation today. So if you have your blanket, you could sit up, find your blanket, either place it underneath your back or place it over your body, over your belly, underneath your head, whatever you need. So just take a couple moments to do that, especially if you're cold and you want to lie down. So I'll guide you through this. When you get settled, just find your way into the space of laying onto your back. If you feel comfortable closing your eyes, go ahead, close your eyes. If you'd rather keep your eyes open and just a soft gaze somewhere, that's fine too. And we'll take those nice few long deep breaths first, just to settle in, to kind of just allow this physical movement to find clarity through our body, to come into the present moment. That you've released the tension, you've moved a little bit, and now you can effortlessly sit here and lie without worry, without thinking about what you have to do after this. Just allow yourself to be present in this moment with your breath. And as you start to breathe a little bit more, just naturally, rhythmically, can you start to relax your right foot a little bit more? Maybe even feeling like a relaxing energy into it. And then relax your right leg, your right hip, left hip, left leg, left foot, both feet, both legs, both hips, glutes, your right side body, your right arm, right hand, right shoulder, left shoulder, left arm, left hand, left side body, relax. Take a deep breath in and let go. Release and relax the entire front body, your back body, your eyes, your face, the back of your head, the crown of your head, your throat, and your neck. Take a breath in and release. You're just starting to relax and release your entire body. So as you pause and breathe, just kind of thanking yourself for taking this practice today, for doing this for you. You're welcome to lay here for as long as you need and rest. This is my time to end our practice together today, and I thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.